Look at this image I created in Photoshop a few days ago. If you look closely, you can find that there is no 3D rendering done here. So let's jump straight into the video. In this video, I will try to explain how I did this, and we will also cover some tips and tricks that I use in Photoshop. I have attached the Photoshop file in the description below. Feel free to download the file and follow along with this video. I didn't record this video when I did this render, but I will try to cover everything. After exporting the site plan from CAD, I brought it into Photoshop. As you can see, there are many buildings surrounding the main building, to which I didn't want to bring in a lot of attention. So I thought of covering them or filling them with just plain gray. See here, I am using the lasso tool to select the building shapes. Once every building is selected, I went and filled them with gray color. I am keeping all these building shapes in one layer so that I can change the color, play with their shadows and opacity whenever I want to. And I can't emphasize the importance of layer management. Always keep your layers organized and make them in groups, and don't be afraid to work in subgroups also. Now let's move to grass. Let me just delete the adjustment layers that I added previously. This will be the base texture which we will be working with. So if you want to know how to create proper and seamless grass texture either for your aerial plan or site plan renders, let me know in the comments. I'll make a separate video on that topic. As you can see, I didn't spend a lot of time making the grass texture seamless, as I will be overlaying them with both bushes and trees. So there is no need to worry about that for now. Let's drag the grass texture below the CAD drawing. And I didn't want the CAD drawing to be in black, so I just inverted it by hitting Ctrl I. If you think the CAD lines are a bit weak and they need to be more bright, you can use the levels layer or the curves adjustment layer. If you just tweak those settings, you will get a much clean and white lines. I want the whole render to be in a bit orangish gold vibe. So I brought the curves adjustment layer, clipped it to the grass texture. Make sure you clip the layers if you don't want the adjustment to be affecting all the other layers below it. So once I am done clipping with this curves adjustment layer to the grass texture, I selected the green color using the color pick tool and tweaked the master hue settings a little bit. And feel free whenever you are working with color adjustments, because you never know what will be the result, and who knows, you might even like those things. Let's bring up another level adjustment layer and clip it to the grass texture. I wanted the grass to be a bit dark, so I just increased the levels to match my vibe. So once that's done, I did already a clay render of the main building, but let's leave it untouched for now. We will come back to it later. Moving on to the trees, I downloaded these images from Google. Once you are happy with the positioning, we have to mask them to make them merge smoothly with the grass texture below. Select the layer, click on the mask icon and take the brush tool and start masking the sharp edges until they merge gradually with the texture below. You don't mind to go back and forth when doing masking. I wanted to tone down this layer, so let's just use the levels adjustment layer. As I said, don't forget to clip it to the layer so the adjustments you do won't affect the other layers below. Let's move to the ocean now. I got lucky to find a good quality of beach image, which I am going to place it there without disturbing it. The site has some rocks near the water. I searched for some rock pics and I started placing them according to my liking. Once I was happy with their position, I started masking out the edges and tried to blend them along the beach sand and the trees. You don't have to be strict on yourself when masking. It's nature, let them blend organically. Once the masking is done, if you feel like different images have different levels and you want to adjust them, I would suggest applying black and white adjustment layer on top of all the layers. Because once we remove the colors from the equation, then we can easily spot the level difference between two layers. Now you can use the levels adjustment layer to adjust them. Make sure you are clipping the levels adjustment layer to their respective layers. Once that's done, you can see I have two roads, primary and secondary. I wanted the primary road to be filled with white color. So I started selecting the primary road using the magic wand tool and filled it with white. As you can see, I missed some spots, so I had to go back and use the lasso tool to select them and did the fill again. I wanted to add drop shadow to it to add some depth to the overall render, so I did that. And make sure show all effects is checked whenever you are adding some effects to each layer. And as you can see, I used the pen tool to draw or trace the secondary road, and I made the thickness of the line matching the thickness of the road. Now let's add drop shadow to the buildings, but we don't want the drop shadows to be overpowering. Let's keep it subtle. Let's move to the main building. I traced the building using the lasso tool and masked it out. I tried matching the color tone using hue saturation, curves and levels adjustment layer. You can always use black and white adjustment layer for assisting you with these corrections. But I wanted the building to stand out a bit when compared to the grass and trees, so I kept it that way. But it's up to you, you can decide how you want it to be. Drag and drop the main building above the CAD lines. This is the base render. I'm not saying this is the correct way to do it, but I always practice this. I make a duplicate copy of all the groups and merge them into a single layer. Then I take them into camera raw filter. I think a bit of color correction can boost the render exponentially. I always reduce the vibrance and saturation of the green color a bit, because I feel the green which we see in photos and videos are exaggerated, but in reality the plants are not as vibrant. Here I also reduce the hue of green, saturation of red, purple and magenta, and also the luminance of red and orange. Don't restrict yourself now. Pause the video, adjust and tweak all the layers, find out what you like and enjoy it. Once you're happy with the output, click OK. That's it. I also did some After Effects magic and might have even added some sound effects. But I think if I try to explain that part, our video runtime will take something of Selva Raghavan's movie. So I'll cover that part in another video.